Hi, my name is Bazal and I am getting my master's in curriculum and instruction because I intend to start my own school for ages 6 months to 6 years that incorporates the best educational practices as well as curriculum so that students are provided with the best education possible and the best environment possible. The reason for this is because science has proven that the early years are the time of the highest brain development, and that means it is necessary to ensure that our implementation of concepts and knowledge is key at this stage and needs to be at the highest degree of efficiency. Each of the main themes in this class will help me accomplish these goals in a variety of ways. For example, knowing the history of education and its purpose in society helps me both understand the pros and cons of past methods and know what to incorporate and disregard in my own school. Understanding interdisciplinary learning and teaching is useful in creating curriculum that is considerate of all cultures, race, religion, socioeconomic status, etc. It requires my curriculum to have room for adjustments based on the demographics of the classroom. Understanding social justice in this classroom allows for a conscious attempt to be fair and equal with all students in the sense that they all get what they need to succeed, rather than expecting them to figure it out on their own. Knowing the learning theories helps me develop classrooms based on each student's own approximate development rather than age. I would see the student's ability level in each area and create an environment for them accordingly. It also assists me by knowing the developmental stages and approximate ages to be able to come up with a developmentally appropriate activities and lessons for the students. Allowing students to self-direct learning to a certain extent based on their age will be a key component of my school structure by providing a democratic environment for the students. Teaching students in relation to real-life situations is a great way for students to internalize and practice concepts. For example, shopping instances where they practice budgeting and math. The sociopolitical aspect of education can be best described in the YouTube video called The People versus the School by Prince Ia, where education is meant to prepare students based on what the government and society wants and expects rather than what the students need. Education must change with society just as technology and the environment have changed. We need to test students based on their expertise rather than standards. In one of the modules, there were details of how economic statuses of students determined what kind of educational experience a student gets. For students who were in the minority or were expected to do manual labor, the education was memorization-based and required little to no critical thinking, while students in the upper class that were expected to run businesses were provided with an education that required plenty of self-dictation and creative thinking. Key theories in diverse educational environments developed due to the extent of which the methods help the students' progress. The methods that are most effective through a wide variety of populations become key theories for others to use and take notes from. The different theories allow for teachers to construct a learning environment and teaching method that is suited for each individual student. The theories all coincide with one another and can be used in a multitude of ways. For example, using the zone approximal development to see where a student needs assistance, and then using project-based learning to create a stepping stone for them to become self-directed learners is a great way to merge social constructivism with constructionism. Diverse learners get an interdisciplinary experience due to the use of multiple theories. The theories allow for a merged concept that creates an opportunity for students with all learning styles to succeed. To implement my learning in this course, I would create a democratic classroom where the students have a say in the learning and activities. Having more exploration to allow freedom to navigate based on past experiences and understandings would be a great way to develop critical thinking skills. Additionally, I would model assignments, leaving the results open-ended, or show the outcome, leaving the process up to the students. Some of the theories correlate to my exploration of center-based learning in a democratic classroom for the early childhood students. I would make sure that I get background knowledge of the students before the first class. This would be in the form of surveys and discussions during the first parent-teacher conference. I would then do personal research so that I may create a culturally responsive scaffolding method for each individual student based on their needs. I would have training sessions for my teachers that included myths and stereotypes debunking, terminology and what they represent, classroom expectations on how to respond to questions and topics to cover, teachers' code of conduct, laws, and activities or lesson plans for discussing diverse family structures to use within the classroom. I would also invite parents within the LGBT community to discuss their family structures firsthand so that they too may feel welcomed and part of the school community. I would have a special education program within my school that would allow specialized teachers to work with the students with disabilities within a regular classroom setting. They would also be provided with training on positive behavior management for extreme situations and how to communicate with parents of the students. The students would be provided with the same opportunities as students without disabilities, and progress would be recorded to better assist the students in the integrated setting. I believe having a democratic environment where the students have equal say in the classroom and be advocates of their own education allows for them to prepare for leadership roles in the future. I would create an international grouping system with other schools for projects to allow for a better experience. I would also use gaming concepts to create live versions of learning games to keep students interactive and have them enthusiastic about the learning experience. They would also be provided with rubrics in advance, along with leveling up checkpoints to progress in tasks or lessons of higher difficulty. I hope that with my my action plan and my learnings from this class that I will be able to create a diverse and successful school that will be both best in education and curriculum, and I hope to gain more as I continue with my master's program.